Hey everybody, welcome back again. My name is Bobby Borg and this is Music Marketing for the DIY Musician, creating and executing a plan of attack on a low budget. And I must always say, my intention is to help you turn your art into a more successful business. So let's get to this. The first step in the marketing process is a vision, and it's writing a vision paragraph. A vision is essentially looking deep down inside and asking yourself, where do you want to be 7 years from now? So I'm not saying to talk about the kind of cars you want to drive or the kind of house you want to have in the French Riviera. What I'm actually talking about is, what specifically is this all about? What is watching this video about? What is getting up every morning and practicing your drums or your guitars or writing beats or DJing? What is this all about? Where do you want it to lead you? When I was 12 years old, I was very sure that I wanted to be a professional musician. And essentially, in my mind, I imagined being a drummer in a rock band signed to Atlantic Records that toured around the world and played in front of large audiences, released records, sold merchandising, and put on, large concert performances. And ultimately, the brand I wanted to impart onto my target audience was one where the audience felt that our songs and our lyrics really spoke to their day-to-day problems and helped them feel better, essentially, about their lives and what they were doing. And all of that came true. And part of the reason why is because when you know where it is that you want to go, it is easier to map out the directions to get there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with creating a vision statement for you. The first thing you want to do is ask yourself, what kind of company are you? So are you a band? Are you a solo artist? Are you a DJ? Are you a composer? Are you a songwriter? Are you somebody that's actually starting a recording company? Are you starting a beat company? So you might say, Bobby, I want to do all of those things. I'm going to say that's great, and they are connected in some way. But when writing a marketing plan, we really want to be focused, so we want to grab one of those things. If you want to write 3 or 4 marketing plans, that's fine, but let's go ahead and stick with one thing. So what is your company? All right, that's number 1. Number 2, what is your genre? Now, this is very, very difficult for a lot of artists. Are you rock? Are you pop? Are you rap? Are you jazz? Are you new age? Are you world music? It's very, very important that you understand what it is that you are doing and ultimately to whom you're trying to appeal. Now, I know that this is very, very difficult for a lot of artists, but it's a very, very important step. Don't worry about, pigeonholing yourself into anything. Just generally speaking, where do you think, what genre do you think you're going to end up in? Okay? Then the next thing you need to do is to define your revenue generators. How are you going to generate income? And the reason why this is very, very important is because to any investor, they ultimately want to know, well, great, what are we doing with this? How is it going to generate income? So in the music industry, that's pretty simple. It's going to be recordings in a variety of different configurations, merchandising, live performance sets, and then it could be things that you use to expand your product line and things that you become very, very creative in innovating. All right? Moving on, we want to talk a little bit more about your brand and what it is that you want your audience in their minds to see about you. All right? So are you about world peace? Are you about, political justice? Are you about, racism? I mean, what particular message is it that you have in your music that people can grab onto and people can really feel like they are part of your tribe and that you stand for something, and by being on your team, they stand for something too. This is a very, very important concept that we're going to talk about later, okay? And then ultimately what you want to do is you want to take all of these things and you want to put it into a short paragraph that includes everything that we talked about, and you want to be able to say that vision to whomever asks. For example, if you're at a convention and you're in an elevator and somebody says, hi, what do you do? You're going to, bam, be able to pump it out for them. And that's kind of known also as your elevator pitch as well. All right. So a vision is the first step in the marketing process. When you know where you want to go, it is easier to map out the directions to get there. So again, my name is Bobby Borg, and I am here to help you turn your art into a more successful business. Let's move on to the next phase in the research process, which is now a SWOT analysis. Okay? So hang in there. We got lots to learn.